Against all odds, got everything done today. What? Hold on. Just gonna have a quick bite to eat and oh mate. Probably drink this hours old coffee. I'll be with you. That's not too bad.
Oh man, have I said it yet? What? How you doing? I don't know, I'm fried. I don't even remember what it was or what to say. The plan of the day was to get all the things done. That was my plan. And this rolls on directly from yesterday's video where I talk about Steve not having the right tool for the job but doing it anyway and just feeling like everything's just kind of bah. And then one of my friends spent hours basically telling me how I had to have some kind of clue about what was going to be going on. And I said, when has anything ever been that cut and dry? Ever. And just, like I said, the plan was just to get everything done so I can have some time for Christmas where I can just, oh yeah, so good, right? But you know what happened? The world was like, no mate, take your pants and shove them up your ass. And I was like, ah, like that. Everything went wrong. Everything started going wrong from like crack of dawn. I could have said like the crack of noon. It was practically crack of noon by the time I actually managed to start because just, everything just, nothing was working. The plan just went straight in the bin. I could not believe it. But managed to fight back, wrestled the world back into order, German suplex the fuck out of it, and woo! Done! It's done! Kind of. Everything's done. Although I found out today that I actually kind of rushed for very little reason. I had more time than I thought. But it's done! I was thinking about something today when I was walking the dog. And it's probably a story that I've told a bajillion times before. My lifestyle ain't for everyone. I was thinking about it because Steve put it into his video yesterday about his finances. And I often talk to my friends about finance and, you know, how we live our lives and all that kind of stuff, dreams and all that, because we've all got very, very, very different lifestyles and we've all got very different jobs, and some of us haven't got jobs, and you know, some of us want to do this and others want to do that. But you know, at the end of the day, you have to figure out what's important to you. What's that saying? You figure it out in your 20s, you do it in your 30s, and then you kind of reap the rewards or something to that effect in the 40s. I know so many people who don't get to do that. Most people don't get to do that. I ain't going to get to do that. My parents didn't get to do that. Just some people don't even know what they want to do until they're in their 30s or in their 40s. Life can throw you a curveball like last minute. Like you could be in your 40s, think you're set for life, think you've got it nailed, and then everything goes wrong. 2008 financial crisis come to mind? Any of the following, like recessions, pandemics, all that kind of stuff? You don't remember those? Just come out of nowhere, and even if you think you got everything nailed down, the foundations of your plan just come straight out, and you're on your ass. So my lifestyle isn't for everyone. It's not even realistically for my family. I don't think this is a way that many people should live. If you've got the mindset for it, cool. If not, bollocks. But when I was younger, I didn't have money. I was cocky and arrogant, and I just blew it all. Right? I fall into a job where I earn a decent amount of money. Back in the day, a decent amount of money. This just rewind a little bit. This comes from Steve talking about gamifying finance and his job. And when I got this job where I earn a reasonable amount of cash. I mean, it's not a huge amount of cash by today's standards, but back in the day, given my age, you know, a good 15 years ago plus, it was a good amount of cash. I mean, I could have walked into a Suzuki dealership, so I like motorcycles, and I could have bought, which I never would have done, GSXR 1000, just walked out with it. I could have bought a few of them a year, if I wanted to. Brand spanking new, no finance. I did that quite a bit back in the day, not bikes, but like if I wanted a new phone, I would just walk into the store, like Apple would release a new phone, and I'd walk into the store and just go, I want this, bam, cash, boom. And I can remember standing in line with like businessmen and that, people in suits and stuff, way back in the day, queuing up for their latest release, and then negotiating loans and contracts and all that kind of stuff. And I just walk in, whack down the cash, looking like a dodgy dealer, and I walk out with my shiny device that is mine. I haven't always operated like that, and I don't always operate like that now, but that's just how I used to be. I used to have a reasonable amount of money. And if I did have any debts, then it would be, how many shifts have I got to work until I pay off the debt? How many shifts? 8 shifts. All right, I can handle 8 shifts. Okay, next day, 7 shifts, 6 shifts, 5 shifts. And then, bam, clear. You know, and I would just play it in my head. I would break down how many days I had to work to pay off whatever I needed to pay off, or how many days did I have to work in a week to pay off my month's bills, or how many days in a month or whatever would I have to pay, how many hours would I have to work. And I'd calculate it down to the fucking minute, and I'd do it, and then any time I had after that was my thing. I learned very early on, I value my time a lot, right? That's the one thing you truly have on this planet, is time. And the way you make sure that you've got a lot of it is either to make sure that you have a lot of money, or make sure that you live in such a way that you don't have to work yourself to the bone. Because I know a lot of people who will, as an example, when I was younger, when I had more money, I spent more money. The money would like burn a hole in my wallet. It would burn a hole in my pocket, and it was annoying. I know so many people who earn a lot more money than I do now, and they are not happy because they've spent more of it. They are working to keep the things that they have bought. I was part of that groove once, and I was like, actually, you know what? If I cut back on the things that I spend, on the things that I do, and it may not seem like I do that very well, because often I don't, I might only have to work, depending on what job it was, I don't know, 30, 60 days a year, and you could have the rest off. At this point, I am living the life whereby, I mean, take the job where I could have gone and bought the Suzuki. At any point, I could just gone and bought a new bike, bought a phone, whatever. These days, no, not even close. Not even close. These days, I earn a fraction of what I earned before. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't even do recreational drugs. I've never really been interested in partying hard. Now, I don't drive. I don't have to pay fuel or insurance or anything like that either, so more money in the back pocket. More money for things I actually want. Like, once I had my children, my life wasn't for me anymore. It's neat actually, because I had a conversation with Rain about that today as well. And, you know, a lot of the childish things we did got put straight in the bin. I mean, actually, life changed for me pretty quick, because I got hurt. I got hurt at work once, and things changed quick. I blew out my right shoulder, so I couldn't work in that place anymore. Well, that put me out of commission first, and then I had to have surgery on my left leg, and that completely put me out of the money job, right? And as I say, I had my kids. Life changed. I don't party. I didn't party. I still don't party. I mean, I went out for drinks and stuff. Hey, even when the wife and I first hooked up, I didn't go out and party hard. It drove a lot of people insane. I just didn't go out. My wife would go and hang out with her friends, and I was this boring ass motherfucker that would hang out with my friends doing something really tame. Likely something really tame, because I didn't need drink or anything like that to make my day go, you know? I didn't need the party to make my day go by. I didn't need that stuff to feel fulfilled. So I didn't do it. It's pretty dull. I still, to this day, don't really go anywhere. I have near enough everything I want here. And that's where I have a different groove, a different mindset. Where so many of my other friends don't. They want all of the stuff, but they don't want to work. So the only other way that they're going to get that to go is by like living the dream, achieving greatness, which, let's be fair, very few of us actually do. By cutting back, they don't have to work that miserable job. They don't have to sell their soul to move up the ladder. I've got friends that earn a lot more than I do these days, but they're working to keep something. Where I didn't smoke or drink or party, I was able to just go, well, you guys all smoke, or you guys are all drinking, well, I'm going to use the money that I would have spent on that on guitars, PCs, games, motorcycles. Those are I have lots of little things that were paid for because I didn't do anything overly extravagant. A lot of my friends still wanted to do that stuff. I have, of all of my friends, maybe only... Well, there's a handful of them that still go out, they still go on holidays regularly, they still go to gigs regularly. They don't have kids, but my gods, they still work miserable jobs. Because they have to keep what they want. Or to keep the dream going. And I've always had pretty solid tabs of where my money's going. I can remember once I got called into the bank to see a financial advisor, and I'm sat there with the lass, and she starts going through my statements. She says, oh yeah, you got XYZ coming out. I was like, yeah, that's for this. So that's for this. She says, on such and such, I go, no, that's this down, that's for this, and then on a couple of days later, this will come out, and I started reeling off. She's like, oh, so you have everything in check. I was like, well, yeah, it's my money. I don't need to have you guys keep track of this for me. I can do that myself. I've always known where the money's going, but I do spend. And it just kind of clicked. The pandemic happened. And my health is starting to tank again. Not terribly, but I'm tired. And I was like, you know what? I want to cut back again. What are all the luxuries that I'm spunking money away on? You know, phone contracts, phones and tablets, Amazon Prime Video, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Twitch Turbo, YouTube Premium, all these random little subscription services that we all know and love, that we all pay for. And it's like, that's a lot of money. Me back in the day would be going, what are you doing, son? Like, that's an extra. And the way I would calculate it, again, as I said, I would calculate how many days of extra work I'd have to do for these extra little luxuries. Like, hey, I want to go out on a Friday night. Well, that's going to cost me 200 quid. How long will it take me to earn 200 quid? Or I want to have, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Spotify, Amazon Prime, whatever. I want to have all these things. How many extra days of work is it going to take for me to pay for this stuff? And if I didn't want to work that extra time, something would have to go. And Well, as I say, pandemic hits, and 2021 goes by, 2022. You know what? 37 years old, I said, see all this stuff? Shove it in the bin. Flat out. Get rid of it. Which is what I was trying to say the other day when I said, I spend a lot and I need to sort it out. There's another tie into some stuff that Steve has been saying. And so we actually cut all of our subscriptions because I don't want to do the extra grind. Some people like the grind. Sometimes it's worth it. Other times it isn't. The kind of running thing of this is, that's what you have to figure out. What would you rather do? Work more, spend less? Would you rather buy the really shiny, cool new thing but have to work a job you fucking hate to have it? Or not have the shiny thing, or take more time to get the shiny thing, work less to have it? Would it be nice, in my case, would it be nice for us to go out and have like holidays and stuff like that more? Yeah. That'd be great. Unfortunately, I can't fly anywhere. I don't have any ID for a start, but I can't actually fly, so holidays have to be local, and that's kind of a miserable thing for the wife, because she used to like to travel, but we would have to justify it. Like, is that worth the extra grind? Is this going to be a memorable thing, or is this a throwaway thing because we're bored? This isn't the groove for everyone. I get that, but I want a new job, I want a promotion, I want this, I want that. It's like, but do you need all of those things? Is it worth your time to go for those things? Are you truly going to be happy once you get those things? Or are you going to get there and go, what's the next thing? You have to find something that will fulfill you. I really hope it's not grinding a 9 to 5. Usually priority, shelter, then food, then other stuff. For me at this point, as long as my wife and kids are happy, or at least as long as my kids are happy, cool. My wife and I together right now earn less than what I did solo when I was in my early 20s. And I'm pretty happy. My kids aren't wanting for anything. And it's a good groove. I don't know if it's the right groove for anyone else, but when I know families that are earning 75 to 100k a year, and they don't have a whole lot more. They don't have a whole lot more than what I do. And if they're still miserable, you're gonna have to decide: are all those things really worth it? Wouldn't you rather have more time to do what you want to do, rather than keep on grinding away to buy the things that you never get to use, to do the things, or to have the opportunity to do the things that you don't end up doing because you don't have the time? Because it's kind of brutal. It's a trade-off, and time is the most valuable thing you have. There's no need to keep up with everyone else. There's no need to flex and try and be like everyone else. Remember this: there are people out there poorer, happier than you. A lot poorer and a lot happier. They have a lot less, but are a lot happier than you. That's the groove of this video. Figure out what you want, what you need to do to get what you want, and enjoy it. No one ever said life was going to be fair. No one ever said it was going to be easy. I'm not saying don't have a dream and don't chase it. Just saying, remember that very few people get to live the dream where life is mega easy. You know, they can sell you, anyone can sell you on a plan to live the dream. But if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. So find other ways. I don't know if that really made any sense. I'm actually happy now that we're spending less, because I don't have to worry about doing as much. I have more time to think and process and just enjoy things. There's a lot going on, but it's stuff that realistically, if I get down and dirty and do it, it's not hard to do. I'm gonna head off. It's too long-winded. I don't know what I'm saying. Just value time more than money. Always have. Hope you're well. I'll see you with a bit of luck in the next one. I used to wake up in the morning, throw a dart at a map, and just ride across the country on a random motorcycle. That was fun. It wasn't about the destination, it was about the journey. What do you do when you get there? That's what I used to do for fun. Fuck, I must be weird.